This is my second iteration of Food for a Day. What the idea is behind this is to let people kind of visualize what it would take just for pure caloric intake to feed themselves for a day at 1,400 calories for a woman and 1,800 calories for a man, which is kind of standard, more or less. It's most people don't really have an idea per se. They underestimate how much they eat in a day, and they overestimate how long their stored goods will last if they have stored goods. If they don't, then they really don't have a clue as to what it would take. This is just this is the meat part of it. The last time I did kind of some grains and rice and things along that line, just as to show the volume of it. Now, just eating straight this or that or one thing or another, you will starve to death over a period of time. This is just to show you the volume so you can have an idea when you start storing it. Okay, this is a little tin of chicken about the size of a tuna can. This can has 110 calories by itself. So for a man, it would take 16 cans of this. Basically, a little bit less than 16 cans to get 1,800 calories. That's a lot of cans. Pickled eggs, which I happen to like. This brand is Backroad Country. These are the hot ones. I do not recommend eating more than a couple of these. Although if this is what you're going to eat for a day, this whole bottle is 420 calories. So for a man, it would take a little less than 5 of these. I know from experience, if you eat more than 2, you will get the worst case of fire hole that you've ever seen. It was kind of gnarly, and I wasn't the only one. I gave several bottles of that away and failed to mention that it'll give you fire hole, and I know one guy ate pretty much the whole thing and come back in complaining. Everybody's favorite, Spam. This little tin right here is 1,050 calories. That's a lot of calories, but a lot of it's fat calories, which your body does tend to need in a bad situation. So for a man, you're going to have to eat 1 and about 2/3 of these to get your 1,800 calories. That's a lot of Spam, but over the course of a day, it's doable. This stuff right here, Keystone, that's my favorite tin meat. These are the small cans, and the chicken is 480 calories a can. So you need a little less than 4 cans. This is some good stuff right out of the can. It's awesome. The beef, anything made by Keystone, I heartily recommend. This is 540 calories, so again, less than 4 tins. Johnsonville, this is just like summer sausage. This is 1,080 calorie stick, which is 12 ounces. It's basically about 1 2/3 of these for a day. Corned beef with a key. You don't see these very often. I remember these when the sardine tins used to have these when I was a kid. This is 760 calories for this tin right here. So for a man, it'd be less than 3 cans, just a little over 2. Again, that's a lot of fat, like the Spam, real high fat content. Sardines, they kind of vary throughout. This tin is 130 calories, which means you're probably going to need about 15. This one's about 210, which about 8 a day in theory. I like sardines, but again, that's getting kind of ridiculous. Mackerel in brine in a tin is 340 calories per can, and that would be a little bit more than 5 cans. That's a lot of fish. Vienna sausages, which I don't really eat anymore, 240 calories. So a little less than 6, well, actually a little more than 6 cans. These little beggars, yeah, they're kind of, I gotta be hard pressed. This stuff, I wouldn't eat on a bet. Potted meat. Matter of fact, this one's going to the dog after I'm done. Again, 240 calories. Be a little less than 8 cans. I don't think I could eat 8 cans of that. Don't really want to. Salmon, which I do like. That is 630 calories for that can. So it'd be a little less than 3 cans, or less than 3 cans. Actually, a little less. That's a lot of salmon, but that would be just straight up for what you'd need in a day. And we have tuna in a tin. And they vary between the two. This is in water and this is oil. Water is 90 calories. So it'd take 20 cans of this in the course of a day. That's a lot of tuna. I could eat tuna just out of the can, just like that in the water. The oil I really can't. This is too much oil. And this is 160 calories for the can. So that'd be 11 cans. But I'm also guessing that that's eating the oil, which I tend to drain off and use it for like lighting, and you can even cook with it, which you would get it. But again, I would have to feed that to the dog because I couldn't eat that much oil. That's just, yuck. Alright, jar of peanut butter. It's a 28-ounce jar of peanut butter, and it comes in at 4,560 calories. So that is 16 tablespoons, and that's level tablespoons for a woman, and 19 tablespoons, that's level, not heaping, just scooping it in. 19 for a man per day. Everybody eats the crap out of peanut butter, although this is a high fat content, so it adds up pretty quick, like a few of the other things.